Random thoughts. So, so I decided to like research to see if there's been plus size representation in comics, and there is some, but like it's either sometimes that it's like that's their power and they like enlarge into like certain parts will enlarge or they enlarge as their power, but as their day to day they're not actually plus size. The one that came up that apparently is like one of the best one, and it's neither Marvel or DC, is Faith, and she that's from, I think it was Valiant. Hold on, let me double check. Yes, it is. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I would love, I would love to play a plus size superhero or um mutant, because I am obsessed with comics. I mean, I've never personally read them, but I mean the comic world, the films and the TV shows. I'm a big Marvel fan. DC's great. Watched watched Batman and all that. I do love DC. DC's great. It's more darker actually. I like the grittiness of DC. I digress. Anyways, I'm just thinking like, why is there not like more representation? You know? I'm like, if anyone's like thinking about making it, like, let me know. But I think it's because there's obviously the whole stereotype that because you're plus size, you ain't fit. Or like you can't do shit. And it's like, you can still be big and still be quite athletic. And I know that doesn't compute and it doesn't make sense, but if we've seen in the recent years of like Olympics of how broad and diverse the body types are depending on what sport is, it is like, don't get it twisted, my friend. I got curves, but I can still do a lot of athletic stuff. Do not get it twisted. Under the flaps, there's a core. I can, but I'm just thinking about it because I'm like, it's such a shame. I mean, there are some. Let me put the screenshot up. I will say though, DC wins the round in terms of the representation because some of them is like they're not like plus size, they're like more aesthetically stronger, muscular build. So we've got Faith, the one I was talking about, but that's the one that is part of the Valiant comics. Um, that's like one of the most prominent ones. Then you got Big Bertha, but that's like I was saying, some of them is that their superpower is that they can alter their body mass. But normally they are slim. And then they transform into their larger, strong form. Then you got Bling, and it's a mutant with diamond hard skin, which sounds amazing. And then often portrayed with a stocky athletic build. That's not too bad. That sounds cool. Then you've got Fat Cobra, and there's a large muscular type of representation, and then there's like some other stuff, but these are like background mutants. We're talking about main character here. This made me happy. DC selection is a bit more. So we've got Amanda Waller, not superhero, but a government mastermind and leader of the Suicide Squad, plus size black woman. Hello, intelligent and formidable. That sounds like me, but I want to play a superhero. I want to play somebody that can whoop somebody's ass. Okay, we got Bouncing Boy. Can inflate his body into bouncing sphere. That sounds so cool. Brave member of the Legion of Superheroes. How cool. Then we got Grace Choi. I'm not gonna lie, Grace Choi's character sounds so cool. You got super strength and durability, tall, muscular, curvy, Amazon descendant. Athletic plus size representation. We need athletic plus size representation too. Come on. And then we've got Lady Black Hawk, the pilot and combat expert. Early depictions sometimes full figured. Later, wait, hold on. It said later slimmed down because obviously it's fitting to the Western standards of beauty, etc., etc. And then we have Big Barda, which is a new god warrior with super strength and combat mastery, towering, broad, muscular physique, rare for female characters at her debut. But nevertheless, we get to the point. What I'm trying to say is there's not a lot of plus size representation within the comic world. What is that? I'm just trying to look for the representation so I can play it in a film or a TV show. You see what I'm saying? I just want to dismantle the stereotype that because people are big, that doesn't mean that they can't be sporty, or that doesn't mean that they can't be athletic, that doesn't mean that they can't do things. Do you know what I'm saying? Fat doesn't equate to inability to move. And I say that as a person who often people be like, oh my God, you can run really fast. I'm like, yeah, bitch, I can. The legs are moving me. And be like, wow, you do the splits. I'm like, yeah, I'm flexible. Shit, I can't do the splits now. God forbid a girl wants to do the splits. God forbid a girl wants to run. God forbid a girl wants to punch. I grew up doing so much sports when I was younger. I don't think sometimes we should judge a body by its ability. So I say all of that to be like, there's anyone that's trying to make a comic, or is like trying to make a superhero, like just write some more diverse body heroes, okay? Thanks.